Sri Lankan food is probably best traditionally known as different sort of curries, pulses, dals, roti. At Paradise, we aim to take this to the next level by elevating, progressing certain elements of our cuisine. To my knowledge, we are the only restaurant right now in the world doing a Sri Lankan tasting menu. We opened and we had 3 national reviews, one after another, and we had a queue of 100 people outside our door. As the chef and owner of Paradise, the emotion I really want to give guests is that they leave the restaurant wanting to book a flight to Sri Lanka next. Hey guys, I'm Dom Fernando. I'm the owner and chef here at Paradise in Soho, in central London, with a big bunch of pandan leaves that I bought fresh from Sri Lanka. Got a lot of prep to do today. Let's go on in. Morning, Mama. So Mama here is my roti chef. He's one of the OG members here at Paradise. He's been with me since we opened. A lot of our food takes sort of colonial influences from the South Indians, the Malays, the Dutch and the Portuguese. So roti is something that definitely came to us from the South Indians. He's the guy when it comes to roti. All right, let's head down to the kitchen. Morning, guys. We've got our team, a very small team. This is Pranav, who's my head chef. We're going to be prepping the Kimbula Banis. Banis for us in Sri Lanka is like a croissant, basically, very similar to this. So we have it as part of sort of a tea time snack. It's a savory take on a sweet dish, and something that only we do. This dish is inspired by my dad's love of cheese toasties. He'd always have sort of cheese and mango chutney sandwiches, but done with the Sri Lankan slant of green chili custard. So first of all, we're gonna start cutting up our croissants lengthways. What we do is we bake them and then we leave them to sort of go a little bit stale, 24 to 48 hours. That's because when we make the custard and then when we set it, we want the croissants to be able to soak in as much of that savory green chili custard as possible. We're gonna pour in some whole milk first, some double cream as well. So we really want to achieve that consistency of a thick custard, which is why we use both milk and double cream, as well as egg yolks. We're also going to add in some rocket chilies. They have a very distinct sort of heat and flavor, and adding in a little bit of salt. We don't have the luxury of having an open plan kitchen because the restaurant is so small. It has its challenges, but it also has its blessings as well, because you're so close to each other, you can see what's going on, especially when you're on the pass, you're almost like a conductor of service. There couldn't be any more than 4 of us here at one point in time. 5.5 years ago, I was in a corporate job. Used to be an accountant back in the day and spent many years in corporate as well, but always had a love of cooking. We sort of leave the custard for about sort of 10, 12 minutes before we add in our coconut milk powder, and then we whisk everything up. We can't achieve the same effect as using coconut milk. It doesn't give us the same end texture. It gives it a much richer coconut flavor as well, which is what makes the banis unique. So right now we're waiting for the custard to thicken up before we can pour it all over the croissants. In terms of research and development for our menu, I work very closely with Pranav. We think about nostalgic or childhood memories or dishes in Sri Lanka that we come across whenever we're traveling. We see the sort of traditional version of it, and then we think, okay, how can we remodel a dish? How can we build in British ingredients? It takes us sort of up to a month. I'm in Sri Lanka right now every 2 weeks, just really looking at what new suppliers we can work with, what new ingredients as well. And I've learned so much over the last 5 years that I've spent going there, thinking about how we can really refine and really elevate Sri Lanka's cuisine on the world stage. We'll use all of these croissants now. We'll kind of flatten it. So similar to making a bread and butter pudding as you would do at home with bread, kind of flatten it to make sure you can get as many croissants as we can. We're trying to achieve as many layers as possible in the end product with the banis. We're going to start to pour over the custard. Going to soak into those stale croissants and get it evenly distributed. I'm just pressing everything down now to make sure we get it as flat as we can. He's just stabbing it right now, so he's letting all the custard just go right down into sort of the bottom layers.
You're a dishwasher too?
You've got to do everything when you have your own restaurant. So now we're just putting on the baking paper. We're weighting everything down so that it is going to bake evenly, and it's going to make sure that we achieve a set height as well. Oh, it's pretty heavy, isn't it? Chef, might need to give me a hand with this. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna leave that to bake now for the next hour or so at 175 degrees centigrade. And in the meantime, we're gonna start prepping for our next dish, which is our lobster kiri hodi. This is our dry store right here. It's where we keep all of our spices that we bring from Sri Lanka. Really fresh Sri Lankan cardamom that we've got, super dark green in color. Gonna grab the cardamom and fenugreek. That's what we're gonna use to make our kiri hodi. Kiri hodi for us is a light coconut milk-based gravy. So it's like a really smooth, light curry that we generally have with white fish or with potatoes. It's meant to sort of contrast the spicier items that we eat. So the first thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna toast our spices. We've got some fresh Sri Lankan cinnamon that comes to us from Hikkadur down on the south coast of Sri Lanka. We've got some cardamom in here as well and some fenugreek. To sort of bring out the flavor in all of the spices, we toast them or roast them and then put them into our curries. My grandmother was the person that taught me how to cook, first of all, aged 18 before I went to university. She's like, oh, you know, you need to be able to cook and to extend Sri Lankan hospitality to all of your classmates. Definitely only for like 6 people. 6 people maximum. Now we're gonna cook our lobster. Our lobster comes to us from either Scotland or from the south coast of England. It's always native lobster. Gonna crush it, break everything down. So you got lobster shells, a little bit of meat in here as well. We're allowing all the flavor of every part of the lobster that we've got to come out. Pretty tough bad boys, these. This is Pranav's secret technique for breaking down lobster. We're just gonna kind of break it into as many pieces as possible. See all the juices. It's gonna give this curry super sort of lobster-rich flavor. This is the fun part. Definitely fun. We want to minimize waste as much as possible. So using lobster shells is really important. We can bring out a lot of flavor. Now we're gonna deglaze it by adding in some of our Paradise Riesling. We make it specifically for Paradise with a winery called Stafalterhof. It's one of the oldest wineries in the world. We actually pair it upstairs with our food. It goes with the kiri hodi course, and we also use it in our dishes as well. You can get that rich smell of the Riesling. It's starting to burn off all the alcohol. It smells great. It's time for us to now put in our lemongrass, adding in some curry leaves. Probably the best in the world, even if I say so myself. That's what honestly makes the difference in the Sri Lankan food. Our curry leaves, they grow wildly, like literally everywhere in people's gardens. They grow to be quite big as well in terms of size, and then you can sort of just tear them open and you can smell how aromatic they are. They're just very, very powerful. For me, it smells like home, and it adds like something specifically Sri Lankan into a dish. Then adding in that rumpe, which is that pandan leaf we saw earlier. So pandan leaf is native to Sri Lanka and to some areas of Southeast Asia, like Thailand, and it adds just like amazing sort of light, sort of vanilla aromatics into our food. Yesterday's bunch, I just brought in my luggage actually. Generally, we ship things via suppliers every single week, but because I was coming back from Sri Lanka yesterday, I brought it straight in, fresh. Then we're adding in some chopped up green chili and some lime leaf as well. Gonna add in my aromats, all of our water that's gonna make our base stock. We're gonna let this boil for another 40 minutes or so to make a really rich stock base for our kiri hodi. Then we're going to blend it and add in coconut milk and turmeric to finish off our curry. But in the meantime, it's nearly 1 o'clock now, so we're gonna go upstairs, gonna have a look at how we're doing in terms of performance for this week. Managing the kitchen is one thing, but looking at how the business performs is as important. So I'm going to go and look at how many covers were booked inside the restaurant. So we had 30 covers last night, for example, which shows us how profitable we could be. I'm also going to go into a separate system and look at how much we spent on our food and drink costs yesterday. It's going to help us to identify any changes that we need to make in the next few days where we're holding too much stock. And then what I'll do is I'm the person that will place orders for the next few days. We moved from having an a la carte menu where we had wastage through to having a tasting menu, and it's so much easier. We can forecast on the day and for the next few days in advance exactly what we'll need. It means that we're not spending money where we don't need to. And that's critical in the food business where margins really are everything. So we've just received a national review from David Ellis, who's the restaurant critic at The Standard. It's a fantastic review. I'm super chuffed with it, 4 out of 5. So now we'll try and plan for that. We'll try and hopefully gather more pace when it comes to bookings. We're just gonna open up one more slot at 8 o'clock so that we can take an extra couple of covers. Live revenue management. I definitely don't miss the accounting stuff from back in the day, but it's definitely proved useful in terms of running my own business. This week is looking pretty strong. I'm done with performance. We're gonna go downstairs, check in on my kitchen team and light the fire for service. Right now we haven't had our meat delivery in for the day. So we are just going to give a quick call to our meat supplier. We never panic. You never panic in restaurants. Always gotta have everything under control. He says, "Hey Lyle, it's Dom. When you get this message, can you give me a call back just about our delivery? Thanks. All right, bye." We definitely need to have tough skin. There's no doubt about that. We will always get the meat today. We always run up against time. We've had deliveries in sort of 10 minutes before service, but we always manage to sort out a solution. It's like go time, it's show time. It's like turning up to the theatre, etc. No matter what gets in your way, you have to be ready for action, ready for game time. So we're back in it. Got some cinnamon wood and mango wood that we bring from Sri Lanka, as well as some waste coconut husk. We'll make sure that we use all the coconut, that we don't waste any at all. When we smoke it, they're just gonna give everything a slightly different flavor. So our fire starter, oh, there we go. So now sparks start to fly. It's gonna really start that barbecue. Generally in Sri Lanka, it's like native for us to cook on wood. There we go, starting to go. We cook our prawns on this grill, and we also cook our sirloin steak. The sirloin steak, we use ex-dairy steak, so ex-dairy cows. They're normally sort of 8 or 9 years old. We get them from just outside of London, the retired dairy cows. So they're left out to pasture for like a number of years. So they build up the flavor through this, and the meat tastes fantastic. And we roll it together, we then cut it and we grill it on the barbecue. So you can see the coconuts, the cinnamon wood and the mango wood all starting to light up. You're getting that aroma? Basically, if we want to just let something sit, or if we want to sort of slow cook it, we put it on the racks that are further up. Still keeps it warm, but it means it's not getting direct heat. And we're going to be prepping now for service time. So we're setting up the pass right now, myself, Pranav and Yarek, setting up all our condiments, all our sauces, ready for when guests start to arrive with us. So we're in service for about 4 to 5 hours, depending on how busy we are in the restaurant. My job is going to be on the pass for tonight. That means expediting all the dishes, plating up, and then serving them personally to our guests. All right, guys, well, it's nearly 6 o'clock, which means it's game time for us, service time. Thanks very much for following us around here at Paradise. Come check us out sometime.